We all know that demo reels are an important, absolutely essential part of being an actor. But there's one thing about demo reels that I don't hear a lot of people talking about that would save you heartache and a lot of money if you truly understood. So today we're going to break down demos, demystify them, see if you actually need one when you're ready to get your demo, and what the actual point of a demo reel is. First and foremost, we need to explain what a demo is. A demo is supposed to be a compilation of spots that you can send to somebody so that they can have an understanding of your skills, your voice, and where your strengths lie. These spots are set apart from samples because each of these spots sound like they have been plucked from actual in-production live productions. So if you're doing a commercial demo, for example, each and every spot needs to sound like it was a commercial, with sound effects, with music, with actual production. And your voice sits within the context of that. When it comes to just a sample, you don't necessarily need the full production. You can just have your voice, and so that people can hear what your voice sounds like, but you're losing the context of the actual commercial that it lives in. But you're still delivering a commercial, and that's the basic difference. One thing that is extremely important for you to understand is your demo is expensive, and it is your calling card. It is something that you have pride in and that you submit to show to somebody, this is where my strengths lie and is a representation of me. So when do you need a demo? Why do you need a demo? And can you do it yourself? If you plan on working on online profiles, let's say Voices, Voice123, Voquent, Bunny Studio, Fiverr, you do not need a voiceover demo. You see, all of these online platforms are shifting very rapidly to samples. It's maybe not necessarily to the benefit of you, but it's more so to the benefit of them and also the people who are searching so that they can get hyper niched down. These samples are what we've talked about before. Just your voice, it can be dry without sound effects, doesn't need to be fully produced in the context of what you are applying for and what strengths actually work for you. So if you can do a commercial and you have a southern accent, boom, there's a sample of that. If you can do a video game and you can be an ogre, boom, there's a sample of that. You can place dozens, if not hundreds, of these samples to categorize what your strengths are and where your voice lies. These don't require a demo. I got away for years without a demo on any of these platforms, just hundreds of samples. And if this is all that you plan on doing in your voiceover career, either lower budget indie projects or online platforms, you don't really need a demo reel. You need samples so that you can showcase how you sound and where your strengths lie. So why do you actually need a demo? Hopefully I just saved a lot of you a bunch of money and a bunch of worry. Why do you need a demo? You need a demo if you want to go prime time. If you want an agent or to work on a high budget production company roster, you need a demo. You need something that you can send that's one thing that shows your strengths in this specific area across a wider range of different sections in that area. So if you send an interactive demo, it might have fantasy, it might have AAA cinematic, it might have platformer, a bunch of different video game concepts and genres, but all in one package so that I can click it and listen to it and go, ooh, that's really good. I want to represent this person. Or, ooh, that's really good. My production company specializes in this, and I think they would be perfect for my internal roster. That's what your demo reel is realistically good for. It's really good for when you want higher end, higher budget, union jobs, whether you want to be in a production company's personal internal roster or you want agency representation. You're going to need a demo reel. Your samples no longer count. Do you have the ability to make the demo reel yourself? It's a very big question and something that I've grappled with for a while. As you know, I've had a couple of different videos on this channel about that topic. and my stance has changed. No, you should not make your demo reel yourself. Asterisk. Why do I say this? It's not because the quality of your demo reel is going to go down. The demo reels that I have made in quality and in scope match some of the demo reels that I've had produced in the past. But there is one key difference that I don't see a lot of people talking about, much to the detriment of you, yourself. And I didn't know it until I got my demo reel produced by Elaine. You see, the reason why you spend money to get a demo reel produced is not necessarily because it's going to sound better. If you're an audio engineer, you know how to make your demo reel sound good. It's because someone is writing the copy that is competitive, that sounds real, that exists, and that targets the markets that you are good in, number one. And then number two, they also understand how to direct you to get the performances that are the strongest for those independent markets. Let's say you're doing commercial, and let's say you're doing an automotive commercial, and then in another one you're doing a commercial for an espresso machine. Both of those are commercials, but how I would direct you for the automotive commercial is completely different from how I would direct you from the espresso machine commercial. One chilled, laid back, one pushing forward and straight with gravitas. Because the people who are directing you for that demo know what works in that industry for that genre at that moment in time. And that is what you pay for when you get your demo produced. You're paying for somebody who knows the industry, who's writing competitive copy, and who will direct you to actually fit and exist within that industry to your best ability at that time. They also understand what music works, what sound effects work. They know how to turn it into an actual commercial or into an actual sample of a production that sounds like it is live in time. That is why you pay somebody for a demo. If you have a visual demo, if you've gotten by with samples and because of your samples you've been picked up on larger budget productions, and in those larger budget productions you know how to video edit and you just take little snippets from each of those, or commercials and you take little snippets from each of those, you don't need a demo. You can just send that visual demo to your agent if you're seeking representation, or to a roster if you're seeking to go onto a roster. What matters is that it feels like it comes from an actual real production. That is why you have a demo. And that is why my production, or my stance on the production of that demo, has changed. Because you're not paying just for someone to make it sound really good. You're paying for someone to write something that exists in that moment in time and direct you in real time to get those best performances possible. That's what Elaine did for me. As I was going through my Voice of God commercial spot for the grocery store, I got stopped dozens of times. No, speed this section up. No, this needs to be a little tighter. No, you need to lean back and then push forward in this. No, we need to lean your voice back and then we can really rise it up there. Things that you and I would never think about while we're recording because we're acting. Our job isn't the production. Our job is the acting. And we have somebody who is there to produce and direct us, who knows the actual industry. And that's what you're paying for as a demo. So if you want to hear my fully produced commercial demo by Elaine, thank God for her. She was an absolute godsend. You can hear it. It's somewhere up here. You can click that link. And if you want to learn the skills to actually hone your craft so you're ready for a demo, you can check out my Patreon. It's in the description box below. It is free. We go over scene analysis, script studies, scene breakdown, everything that I can't do here because YouTube would see it as spam. And just like I say at the end of every video, get outside, drink water, read a book of poetry for God's sakes. It'll change your life. And I'll catch you in the next one.